It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
You know, we're not the most smartest, but we do got a knack for hooking people up. So we talked to a girl named Ashley this morning who saw this gorgeous guy at Starbucks, and she was hoping maybe he was listening. And it ends up that we connected with him and her, and they might be connecting real soon. This was a crazy misconnection turned into a love connection. You're going to hear it in a couple of seconds. Right now, we get the podcast started. I met a guy yesterday who has 12 biological children, and his oldest is going to be a junior in college.
There's a family in the town where Liam goes to school. They're all homeschooled, and they have 12 kids. The oldest just had a baby. So this woman just had a baby. So she's a grandmother, and the babies are the same age. But, I mean, everyone seems really happy. And everyone's like so normal. In my mind, I'm like, you got to be you know what, crazy.
I just can't. First off, where do you put them all? How do you afford to feed them all? I mean, you can't spend time with all of them.
She must have it mastered. She needs to lead like a TED Talk or something.
And as soon as I brought this up, Kelly called and she's like, my husband and I are listening this morning. And obviously you guys got a butt ton of kids running around, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How many, sorry. Am I surprising you this morning?
He comes from a family.
Oh.
We don't, but he comes from a family.
How many?
There were 17 adult children. She actually had 20 babies. His mother had 20 babies in 22 years.
Oh,
so, yeah.
my God.
How many were multiples?
None. Not one. 2 of them have the same birthday, but no multiples.
She had to go through it 20 times.
Like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, she did. And she was sane in the end.
She was saying, and did they never missed a Mother's Day, did they? That would be tragic.
I don't know. I would say no, nobody. There was always somebody there.
Is your husband's mom still alive?
No, she passed away about 10 years ago.
Do you think if she was alive, she could still name all 20 of those children?
Yes.
Well, I can name all 20. Well, not the babies that there were 3 of them that passed away as babies, but I can name all 17.
And how there's 20 kids in a stretch of how many years?
She said 22.
22. Yes.
So what do they call them? Irish twins then? If you have more than one baby in a calendar year, there had to be a few of those, right?
There were a few Irish twins, yes.
Okay.
Unbelievable. 20 children.
And you know what? There's something powerful, and you might be able to attest to this. Like when a woman gives birth, you're like, I just created like a person, a human to go out there in the world to do maybe, hopefully, big things. She had that moment 20 times.
Yeah, but at that rate, you go, I hope 3 of these kids are successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect all, 17 of them that made it to be
what were
great.
the odds? Like, out of the 20, well, okay, so she had 3 pass away. So out of the 17, how many are, really awesome people and others?
Actually, you know what? His entire family, it was awesome. They all got together at one time. They got along. It was.
Wow.
How big was this house that they were all growing up in? Don't tell me this was like a 2-bedroom farmhouse either.
No, it was a 4-bedroom townhome in town.
Townhome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in town. So
at one time, there was at least a dozen kids plus 2 parents living in a 4-bedroom home.
At one time, I think there were 15 kids and parents living in that home.
Yeah. Wow.
How did they survive? I mean, what did mom and dad do for a living? Like, how do you make enough money to raise 17 children?
Mom was a homemaker and dad was a carpenter, and they had a big garden, and they didn't have extra things. They just got by.
Oh,
but obviously it went well because they all really like each other and still get along and get together. I mean, obviously a special bond was made throughout that experience.
You know why? Because they didn't have any kids who needed 8 $400 hockey sticks per season.
Probably.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
As we're talking about these people with amazingly large families, our neighbor is one of 16, same mom and dad. Another neighbor has 14.
Wow.
The ones with 14 are Amish.
Yeah, they're busy.
Good morning to Hezekiah, Jebediah, and what are there any great girl names that come out of being Amish?
Amish girl names. That is
Like,
worth
what do you
a
think?
Google.
Because it's not like Ashley or Jennifer, is it? I mean, don't they have to all have some kind of biblical reference?
Mary, Sarah, Rachel is a big one.
Yeah, they're all
Leah, Hannah,
Leah's in the Bible?
Veronica. Veronica is kind of a sexy Amish name.
That girl does Rumspringa every year,
Sexy.
I bet. I want to bring Gina on this morning, and what can we do for you?
I just wanted to call and to pay tribute to my mom. She was a widow, and she raised 7 of us.
Wow.
All by herself. And she instilled a work ethic. I'm the youngest, so I was one of those who you call a latchkey kid. I don't
Sure.
know if you remember in the 80s,
Yeah.
the latchkey kids.
Yep.
I can never remember a day being old enough to know when she was home. She was always working, and she worked for all of us. And out of the 7 of us, 4 of us went on to college. 3 made a career out of the military.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little teary-eyed here. She left us a few years back, but she instilled so much in us, a work ethic,
Yeah.
that nobody owes you anything in this life.
Sure.
You work for it if you want it.
Oh my
And education is the key to everything. And she herself only had a 9th grade education.
Wow.
And a hard-working woman. I've never known a hungry day in my life, or when I didn't have a roof over my head and clothes to wear, food to eat.
Yeah, I get that. I'm
That
so
is
glad you called this
so
morning.
amazing. And that's what you do. Like when you're a parent, or a mom left to do it on her own, you just make it happen. And the fact that she had very successful kids is a big deal.
You think when you have that many children that some are going to get lost in the mix or fall through the cracks and stuff like that, but to have,
or hold
obviously-
on to resentment, like you were never around. They looked at it like she wasn't around because
when
we
I
needed
hear that,
food.
I hear that with kids that are one of one or one of two. You never hear my mom and dad were never around for us when you
Yeah.
have 9 kids in your family because you knew they were working their ass off so you could have clothes and food. Like it's just a different mindset.
well, that put a lump in my throat.
Glad you called. When was the last time you had to borrow money from someone? Like you were in a spot and you needed to borrow $10.
Well, this day you have Venmo, so it's like borrowing for about 2 seconds. But I was walking into Liam's last track meet,
Right.
and it was the only track meet we've ever had to pay for because it was state.
Okay.
And so I'm walking in, and I look at another guy who had the same school shirt on, and I said, "We got to pay." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Do you have $5?" And he's like, "Sure." And then I said, "Do you have a Venmo?" Quickly sent it back to him. But that was just a few months ago. But he's like, "Us Bulldogs got to stick together." I was like, "Yes, we do."
I never have cash, and my daughter, a couple of her summer jobs are bartending and waitressing, so she's always got tip money like cash, right?
Yeah.
So there'll be times that my wife and I leave for a baseball game or something like that, and I'm like, I don't know if we got to pay to get in here. Reagan, can we get $30 from you?
Yeah.
She's she's okay with that. But do you know who Justin Verlander is? He's married to Kate Upton,
Yep.
right? The pitcher, the Major League Baseball pitcher. I was reading this, and this just blew my mind. So when he was in high school, everybody knew he was going to be the guy, like a professional athlete. He was such a good baseball player in high school. He wanted a chocolate milk, and he didn't have any money. And he gave his friend 0.1% of his signing bonus. He said to you, listen, I'm going to be a Major League Baseball player. I will give you 0.1% of my signing bonus if you give me 50 cents for a chocolate milk today.
So how much was that?
His signing bonus ended up being over $3 million. So what is 0.1% of $3 million? That's got to be like at least 30 grand, right?
If this is true, that is crazy. Yes, it's
Is it
$30,000.
So his friend gave him 2 quarters for a chocolate milk.
Oh my God.
And he paid that up, and he ended up giving the guy $30,000.
Oh, no, it's $3,000.
Is it $3,000? Okay,
Yeah.
but still $3,000.
That's a lot.
Like, the next time somebody asks you for something, get odds. Get a percentage of something in the future, and you never know how it could pay off.
We've got email.
So this was from Emily, and all right, I'll get right into it, and then I'll give my opinion. It says, hey, Playhouse, feel a little strange about our neighbors using our backyard lately as of the last couple of months. They're in their 50s, and they've been drinking their coffee in our nice chairs around our bonfire pit a few mornings a week as we're at work. We have a large property, so it's set back from our house. She'll come lay in our hammock some afternoons. Her garden is near our property, and she's been using our hose because she doesn't want to haul hers across her property. So that's the one I would have a problem with. I don't care if she wants to lounge in the hammock. I'm not home. She's in her 50s, retired probably, living her best life. Emily, this is a long email, talks about how she would like to say something to them. Her husband says, just let them do what they're doing. They're not harming anybody by doing that. But she's worried about their water bill. Understandable, Emily. So
How much can it cost you?
do you mention something? Do you not?
Here's how I would handle this, by the way. Mine would be a small note attached to the hammock.
Mm-hmm.
And it would say, don't mind supplying the water, just looking for some fresh fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
And
so
I'd leave,
you want
I'd
an
leave a little
exchange.
basket out there. If I'm giving you $30 worth of water this summer,
Mm-hmm.
I want some cucumbers. I want some maters, maybe some radishes.
Okay.
Maybe if you're doing a little sweet corn back there, I want some of that.
That is a good option, Emily. Another one is detach your hose. Like, take your hose off and put it in your garage, and then when you need it, go put it back on. And then she doesn't have access to it, but she's in her 50s.
There's a lot, like, yeah, you're circling the drain when you're in your 50s, man. It's the third stage.
Yeah. And she had mentioned they've lived next to them for about 12 years. So
If
it's
you
like you had
haven't
that rapport.
If you haven't had static with them other than this in 12 years, let it cook.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like other people using my stuff that would cost me money. But I do like your option of trading veggies.
I borrow stuff from my neighbors
For
all
water.
the time. Dethatchers, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just asking. They've got all the stuff. And they're like, sure, no problem. Just put it back. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, we can do that.
Frontier days, your garden was their garden. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
everybody was just trying to help each other survive. Not so much the case now. But I just think it's cute that they're like, let's go sit around the bonfire again this morning and drink our coffee and chat. I think that's kind of cute. So that wouldn't bother me.
Anybody else sharing with their neighbors and like have a good idea about this? Because I like I said, I would just be like, I want some cucumbers and maybe some carrots.
Yeah. Whose side are you on? Emily's, her husband. Her husband's like, don't bother them. It's not a big deal. Emily's like, 2 out of the 3 are not a big deal. It's the water use that's really getting Emily.
But how much? I mean, really, how much could it cost?
I don't know. I don't know how much she's using it.
I mean, if it's $500, I probably want some of it back. But if it's like $30 or $40 over the summer, who cares?
But then how do you prove it? You know,
Yeah.
and then you got the static.
Psychic Kim is going to be on our show Thursday morning, so she'll be here from 7:30 until 8. You can have one question with her. It's absolutely free. Just get through before she leaves at 8 o'clock, and you can ask her anything you want. Excited for that Thursday morning during the live show, and excited to wrap up our podcast next. Good morning, and thanks to Jared in Thief River Falls. Thanks to Liza. Thanks to Ryan. All texted in right away. American Graffiti was the movie I was looking for.
That's what I was going to say.
You've never seen this. It's got young Ron Howard, a very young Harrison Ford in it. The legendary DJ Wolfman Jack is
we were
part
at
of it.
Universal Studios, and they had a whole setup of all the original cars that were in the movie. That was
super
really cool.
So anyways, the reason we're talking about that is that's kind of like the original missed connection, because this kid is going to go away to college the next day, but sees this hot girl in a T-Bird and goes to the radio station to get Wolfman Jack to talk about him, and he's going to be waiting at a payphone for this girl to call.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's a great old school movie, and that's what it reminded me of when we were trading text this morning with Ashley. And I'm glad you had a couple of minutes here. So you want to tell everybody what's going on and what we're looking for here?
I went to Starbucks this morning and I saw this absolutely beautiful man. I mean, I was at a loss for words, and I'm almost never at a loss for words.
Well, dish about him. Like, what did he look like?
He was tall, probably about 6'4". He had this really nice beard. It was very just trim. It wasn't wild, but it was still a little manly.
Yeah.
And he had tattoos, a nice build to him. I mean, he was just the perfect specimen of man. And, I'm hoping to see if he wants to connect. I looked on his cup, and it said Mark.
I was going to ask, did you get a name? You got a name, all right.
Perfect. Okay, so
I did.
you gave us a lot of really good details for this missed connection. I think that we can do something with this. The odds of him listening to the same station at this point in time, if it is true, I think it's fate.
So let's go back. We know it's Mark, Starbucks, beard tattoos, like 6'4". And if so, we'll have him call the station, and we'll keep your number off the air. And if so, we'll see if we can hook you guys up, okay?
And if anybody knows a Mark that fits that description, that lives in this area, and you see him walk around with a Starbucks cup today, help us out.
I was the short one behind you with the white chocolate mocha with the foam on top. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if he remembers that as well, but we'll see what we can do for you, okay?
Oh, thank you.
So we get a text from a girl named Ashley. We call her. She comes on the show. She was at Starbucks this morning. She wanted us to help her hunt for this gorgeous man who is 6'4", beard, tattoos. She looked on the cup. His name is Mark. She was afraid to talk to him, so she called us.
Yes.
Which either you can get shot down by one person or 100,000. So smart on that. And she said, here's this guy. I'd really like to connect with him. So I don't know why you don't do it while you're in line. But anyways.
He took her breath away, evidently. And then now a half hour goes by, and we're contacted by Caitlin, who wrote initially, I'm off from Starbucks today. I know exactly who you're talking about. His name is Mark. He comes in 4 days a week. I sent him a Facebook message. So she sent us screenshots, and we've still been messaging with her. And she sent that to him, and then he wrote, shucks. She said, Kat and JJ are talking about you. And then she said, you should call Kat and JJ. He did a thumbs up, and then he said, what's the number? She sent the number, and then he gave another thumbs up.
And
it worked.
Is this the Mark?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So I'm a Mark. I don't know if I'm your Mark.
Okay. Well, Mark, were you at Starbucks this morning? Do you have a beard and a bunch of tattoos, and you're like 6'4"?
Let me see. I was at Starbucks. I do have a beard.
Okay.
I do have some tattoos. I'm 6'3", not 6'4".
Oh, geez. Tic-tac, potato.
Then this is you. Did one of the baristas, she wrote us on texting and said that she was going to find you on Facebook. I assume that's why you're calling us right now.
That is why I'm calling.
This is
someone
crazy.
reached out to me.
Oh, my God.
Well, let's jump right into it. Are you single, man?
I am just out of a relationship.
This is.
So, yes.
Look at us.
Fate.
We're matchmakers. I love this.
I said it. I said if he's listening, which you weren't listening, but, we can't fault you completely. But
a little bit.
We are now talking to you. So there is a little bit of fate at play. Do you remember who was behind you at Starbucks today?
I remember a very cute, petite woman. I believe she had brown hair.
Let's go.
That is
Let's
her.
go.
Oh, my gosh. She told us that. So she gave us her number off the air. Is this something? And she said that if we do in some way get a hold of you, that you can have it.
Her name is Ashley, by the way.
Do you want it?
I will love to have Ashley's number. That sounds amazing. Yeah.
This is killer.
Let's
I
go.
love
Okay,
it.
we got some resolution, but we need the full resolution. So if you guys do get together and do something, I definitely want to hear about it and how it went. And then the next round of Starbucks is on us, okay?
That sounds like a deal.
Kat and JJ.
Yeah, we did it.
That was amazing.
Here's my concern. What if this guy guts her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if he up and kills her? Are we on the hook here?
Okay, I'm not even going there with my mind.
I'm just, listen, we got lawyers on retainer. I just want to make sure that we're not, responsible for anything that goes horrible.
Ashley sounds like a smart girl. I say go back to the site of how the story began. Have your first connection at Starbucks. I just sent her, and she said she's been in her car.
We should send her a Starbucks gift card.
All right.
You
So
should Venmo her a gift card.
we need to connect them with their numbers. I'm finding her on texting, and that couldn't have worked out
That was amazing.
better.
Have you been having vivid dreams lately?
No. I wish I was dreaming lately. I've just been getting no sleep.
Well, you have been.
It's like insomnia.
What if
Almost.
What if you could buy something that would record your dreams? Would you want to go through them the next day?
Yes, because when I do have dreams, I remember every detail. And Derek almost looks at me like I'm a liar.
You think
He's like,
you
how
do.
can you?
There's no way you do.
But how can I remember such specifics? Just make them up on a whim. I remember it plays out like a movie.
So this group of dorks in Amsterdam came up with a new gadget. They're calling it the Dream Recorder. It turns your dream into videos. So it really doesn't scan your brain waves. You have to remember your dream, describe what it was, and then it turns it into an AI video. So what you do is you've got this sitting next to you at your bedside table, and if you wake up and you remember part of your dream, you immediately talk into it like a recording device,
Okay.
and it will turn your dream into a video. Now, here's the problem. I think at that stage, like when you're kind of groggy, let's say you do this. You wake up, oh my God, I remember part of my dream. You hit the record button, boom, it starts turning into the video. You go into the bathroom, you go potty, you brush your teeth, you take a shower. By the time you get back out of there, there's a video of your dream. I bet you that's not even close to what your dream was because you're willing to accept that video as what it was. You start already recommitting that over your memory. Mm-hmm. But it's about the size of an alarm clock, and they're going to try and throw it in stores here in a little while. It's going to be about $300.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you got to pay 15 cents a dream.
15 cents
That's
a
your
dream?
subscription. Would you pay that? Would you pay $300 for a new alarm clock and you just spit out what you remember about your dreams and it turns it into a video for you? Would you do that?
I would give it a 6-month trial. I think I would because I have just, when I do dream, wild stuff, weird dreams.
The only reason I would do it is I lost both my parents already, and I have a lot of dreams about them. And I would be interested to see the video that would pop out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the longer they're gone, the kind of less you remember. I mean, I'm grateful for pictures and video and stuff like that, but the less you kind of remember their mannerisms and stuff, I would be really interested to see if this AI, if I just kind of gave it my best description,
Didn't
how
you wake
it would
up
portray.
crying the other night? You were dreaming about your dad.
This was a few weeks ago. Yeah, I woke up crying, and it was like one of those deep ones where it wasn't like a memory, but it was like my dad telling me about this and this and this and this, like trying to give me like life instructions.
Yeah.
About, hey, this is going to happen. Definitely get out ahead of this. And if this happens, you're going to want to do it this way. Like he was kind of still there just giving me advice.
Yeah.
Which is weird because when you lose your parent, kind of early in your life, and that was my biggest regret. Well, not a regret, I guess, but like not having, when my kids were kind of teenagers, not having my parents to bounce that off of when you're always looking for advice. When you're smart enough to ask for advice, then they're gone. But when you're a dumb kid and you should be asking for advice, you think you know it all, right?
Psychic
like I
Kim
ran that
says
life.
That there's something to loved ones coming to you in the dream. Could it be them actually reaching out?
I read this the other day, and I was trying to remember which country star it was. I'm pretty sure it's, they were saying Luke Bryan.
Did what?
Went and got, what did he get? It was it not a facelift. What do you do when you get like your head shaved down or something like that? Like your
what?
No,
he had like a skull shape.
Like
skull
no, it was Zach
surgery?
Bryan.
Oh,
that went and got new hair plugs. That's what everybody was saying.
Zach Bryan. Okay.
Zach Bryan.
Oh, yes, because you know that Chicken Fry, Brianna Chicken Fry.
Yes.
She took some shots at not only his height but also
his hairline.
His hairline.
So people are saying, and there was a couple of people, I was reading this maybe a week or so ago when I was on vacation, that they were saying that they saw him on a plane trip to Turkey to get hair plugs.
Okay.
And it made me start thinking, like, if you could get a new body part, what would you get?
Okay. Well, you know me, my boobs. And I'm thinking.
But you'd get less boobs. So you wouldn't get a new body part. You'd get less.
Okay. So I have to get a whole new body part?
Yeah. Like if you were to, well, I guess augment is fine, but it would be new to you, right? It's like getting a used car. It's new to you.
So yeah, my tatas. So
That would be the first thing you'd get if you could have elective surgery
Yes.
to make yourself more attractive. I wanted to toss this out to see if there's anyone listening who has a new body part. Like we talked, this was months ago, but we talked to that woman who got, what did she say? She was going to get a new foot because she has a bad prosthetic or one that she doesn't like and she wants to get an upgrade. And I'd never had
we
anybody
weren't
say,
expecting that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Or no,
Yes,
maybe it was a Friday Good News segment, wherever she was going to get a Jeep and a leg or something like that. It was very odd. But are you rolling with a new body part? And has it made you happier? What would you get done? What would be the new body part you'd want? New bazonkas?
Yeah. I want like people's eyes to come out like in the cartoons. You're like, whoa. I want them to look that good. I want to not have to wear a bra. I want them up like that, lifted and separated and less of them.
But won't they
They're
just
so heavy.
Won't they drop again?
That's something I'll have to find out. Some people, like Ariel Winter from Modern Family,
Yeah.
she's had 3 breast
They
reductions.
just keep jumping back
yes,
at her, huh?
the poor girl. So they just keep getting bigger.
The reason I wanted to talk about this is everybody's online hammering on Zach Bryant. They're saying he went to Turkey to get new hair.
Yeah, you've seen the airport terminal waiting area in Turkey.
No, is
Because
it all
that's
just
where you go.
Is it why Turkey? Why does Turkey have the best new hair?
They must have the best doctors. I don't know.
Is it the cheapest? Is it the quickest?
I don't
There's
know.
got to be a reason all these stars are going to Turkey
I got to find that
to get
picture
that.
for
I don't want to bring Allie on the show because not you with the new body part, but
My husband, he was working in San Diego, and we went down to Mexico, and he got a $400 hair transplant. Best money we've ever spent.
Wow. So was that a point of contention or like insecurity for him walking around? He wanted hair. And so he'd go.
It was his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. Now I'm kind of getting a grasp of who he is. So are you the same way? Are you very much into how you look?
I have had a weave. It really helps, give me confidence too, just to get a blowout and have that big hair.
Yeah.
And he was his hairline was his forehead was getting bigger and bigger. I didn't mind, but I can see a huge difference in how he carries himself in the world.
as someone who's been bald for a long time, I don't know if maybe when I was first starting to lose my hair, I kind of looked into how much it cost. But $400 seems a really, really cheap for a Mexican hair transplant.
And it went well?
Were you concerned with what could have happened?
Hey, high risk, high reward. Am I right?
Am I right? I love this girl. This is great. But you're overall happy with it, and he's happy with it. It was good $400 spent.
Oh, yeah. Definitely great. So far, no side effects. He's loving it. We've been in the water. Now he's surfing. It's so cool. He's like a different person.
So Derek is bald. What if he said, hey, $400, let's go to Mexico. I'm going to get some new hair.
I don't know if I'd go to Mexico. I'm reading about why people go to Turkey, lower cost, and the availability of experienced surgeons and advanced techniques that they use over there. Plus, many clinics, they have so many customers going over there. They have these all-inclusive packages, which include transport from the area to and from, and then hotel accommodations for you to heal, and then the procedure. So I am not above getting anything done to your body that makes your shoulders go back a little bit. You walk around town with confidence.
Does it say how much it costs to get new hair in Turkey?
I could look that up.
I mean, I've been shaving my head for so long. This would be weird. If I showed up with hair, if I came back from like a week vacation and I had hair, my friends would endlessly crap on me.
Well, it's $1,800 to $5,000. So to get my tatas done with insurance, $5,000 or less.
Does this $5,000 hair transplant, is that good for the rest of your life then? You know what I
doesn't
mean?
keep growing.
Yeah.
It replaces that follicle that was dead. So maybe.
So like if you're 18 and losing your hair, this is probably $5,000 well spent.
But if anything, you got a great trip to Istanbul.
Said no one ever. Welcome to Playhouse Island. It was a few years ago. Our company, in an attempt to make us feel a little bit better about ourselves, Said raise, no raise. Bonuses, no bonuses.
I don't want more money anyway. You
What
know?
would I even do with more money?
I wouldn't even know.
I said get creative. Show us you really care.
Yeah. It was property.
And they did. They gave us a deserted island.
The world is for sale.
So Kat and I, over the last couple of years, have built this into one of the world's greatest all-inclusive vacation destinations. But it's by invite only. We call it Playhouse Island. We're going to invite 4 amazing listeners onto the island this morning. But 3 of you must die.
Mm-hmm.
It's not our choice. You called. But one of you will live and win an amazing prize. Would you like to meet our contestants?
Who wants to live? Let's go.
I'm going to give you these fine folk in random order.
Okay.
I'm the only one who knows what line belongs to what name. So in random order, let's bring them on the show. Kat, you get to give each of them one question. And based on their answers, you will decide who should be president of Playhouse Island with all the power. First to join us this morning is Mark. How are you, bud?
Good. How you guys doing this morning?
Great. Thank you.
Is this our love connection, Mark? No, it's not.
No.
Oh. Did you hear that? Was that crazy or what?
Yeah, the funny thing is I'm 6'4" and I have tattoos too.
No way.
wow.
But you weren't at Starbucks.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Are you single?
No, I'm married.
Okay, well, so you weren't going to jump at this opportunity anyways, but that had to be kind of spooky. All of a sudden, it was like looking in a mirror. Huh?
I love you didn't lead with I'm married.
I'm
All right.
6'4".
So, Mark, the question to get to know you a little bit better, undies or commando? What do you prefer?
Definitely undies.
Yes, good.
What's your problem, man?
Oh, people that don't wear underwear gross me out.
It's one of the biggest scams other than a Hallmark card in the history of
Ish.
humanity. All right, so and what kind of underwear do you roll with?
Boxer briefs.
All right.
That's
I can
hot.
understand that. If you got to go with one type, that's it. So that's Mark with the boxer briefs. Nobody knows which line he's on. Also on the island this morning is the beautiful Kimberly. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Great. How are you?
We're great, thanks. Kat's got one quick question to see if you'd be a good fit for president
All right.
of Playhouse Island.
So we're going to stick with the name Kimberly, who's part of the Kardashian-Jenner crew. Which Kardashian-Jenner, do you identify with the most?
I'd have to say Kendall.
Okay.
Kendall, so you're pretty like laid back, relaxed.
Yeah, outgoing, fun, laid back.
I don't know if she's the first to, but
I'm like the cousin.
I think you are.
I'm like the cousin that got dropped in on his head, and then they leave him in the basement, and they never show him on the camera.
Yeah.
That's the one I'd identify with. You know about that one, right?
I'm
I think
Carla, the one in the basement.
I think his name is Jared. All right, hang on a second, Kim. She's like Kendall. Also on the show today is Miss Meredith. Hi, Meredith. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We're great, too. Thanks for asking. One question for Meredith, Kat.
All right, Meredith, with Ozzy Osbourne passing, a lot of people said that rock is going to sound a bit different. What's your favorite genre of music?
Genre?
Do you know what genre means?
No.
Oh, it's like the type of music. So like rock, hip hop, pop, R&B, jazz, smooth jazz,
Flute.
country, Afrobeat.
Pop.
Perfect.
You broke her.
Love it.
All right, that's Meredith who likes pop. And finally on the show this morning is Miss Brittany. Hi, Brittany. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Don't giggle at her, okay? We got one question for you, and to see if you'd be a great fit for president of Playhouse
All right,
Island.
Brittany, we're going to
Do you know what genre is, Brittany?
You're going to channel your hungry side, Brittany. What you throwing on the grill tonight? What are you craving?
Probably chicken breast.
Chicken breasts. Oh,
Do you marinate
JJ
them?
loves those.
Yes, I do.
That a girl. I like
Okay.
that. Any girl that likes a chicken breast. That's Brittany. All right, Kat, based on those high-end answers, you have to pick a president for Playhouse Island this morning.
Well-
Please do the right thing here.
I'm going to go with Mark first, our only man, because I'm going to need to procreate if that's the case.
Mark, by default, because you got some junk, you are president of Playhouse Island. Well done.
Nice work.
You know what genre means, Mark?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Now, without voting yourself off, you don't know which line you're on. You do have to pick a line to vote off first. We're going to take that person, we're going to cut their hamstring, and then throw them in the ocean, and sharks will inevitably get to them. Which line should we hang up on first?
Let's go with line 4.
Line 4 must go. Now, are you sure? I'm going to give you one chance to maybe guess something else.
Yeah, I'll go with 4.
Okay.
4 he goes with. And unfortunately, Brittany, you and your chicken breast must go. I'm so sorry, but I
Thanks
hope
for
you have a
saying
great day. And thanks thanks for knowing what genre it was. I hope you have a good one. Mark, there are 3 lines left. 1, 2, and 3. Which one do we chuck next?
Let's go with 3.
3 must go. Therefore, we say goodbye to you, Mark. Oh,
Dang it.
I hope you have a great morning, though, and I appreciate you rolling with us. Good luck with the the marriage and the 6'3" and the beard and the tattoos and everything like
All
that.
right.
We have 2 listeners left, Kat. Kim and Meredith. Based on their answers, who do you think is most fitting to be president of Playhouse Island?
Only because.
Do the right thing here.
And I have no reason for this choice, but I'm going to choose Meredith.
Meredith, congratulations. You're the new president of Playhouse Island.
Meredith, that's so exciting. You have an older name for, I think, are you 12, 13? How old are you?
12.
She is 12. You nailed
on the
it.
nose.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Now I've been hammering on a 12-year-old here for a while.
You have.
Meredith, you have a 50-50 chance at winning tickets to the Renaissance Festival. You just have to decide which line should we hang up on, line 1 or line 2. But try not to hang up on yourself, Meredith.
I really want to know what line I'm in.
Well, that would defeat the purpose of the game. So I'm not going
Kids
to...
your age just want
I'm not
going to
tell you that. You have to try and just hope, pray, cross your fingers, your toes, and maybe a stuffy nose. Which line should we hang up on, 1 or 2?
1.
We hang up on line
Oh,
1.
no.
Therefore, we say goodbye to you, Meredith. I'm so sorry.
no.
Oh, you hung up on yourself, but I hope you have a great day. It's always great to have you on the show. And look at that. Kim, you didn't do anything and you won. Congratulations.
Were you nervous that you were about to lose anything to Meredith?
Well, I feel like I should take Meredith with us to Renaissance.
Maybe.
Your funeral, kid.
She might be friends with your daughter already. I don't know.
You know how long a loon can stay underwater for?
Oh my God. I was going to ask you the same thing. No, for real. When we were out on the pontoon, there was one that was just hanging around our boat. We were in the middle of nowhere in this massive lake. And he would go under and swim for like 4 or 5 minutes and then come back up right by. It was wild.
So the reason I ask is almost the same thing. My wife and my daughter were home last night. We didn't have anywhere to go. So we had dinner, and then my wife goes, should we go for a little pontoon ride? So I get the boat ready, and we go out. We're just kind of trolling around. And on the south side of our lake are mommy and daddy bald eagles.
Cute.
They have the nest is it's bigger than my dorm room was in college.
Wow.
It's a monster. The reason I ask is we got a bunch of loons that live on our lake, and the 2 that are always together when I'm guessing it was the mom bald eagle. Does she do most of the hunting? I'm guessing.
Yes. Don't you remember my Shadow and Jackie? Me watching the nest cam and.
Anyways,
Yeah.
the eagles are very active last night and just flying around this area, and you could tell that these loons were trying to stay off their radar. Will a bald eagle eat a loon?
They eat other birds?
Is that cannibalism?
That's pretty savage.
Fish eat other fish, so I think, I don't know, man.
don't know.
I know a bald eagle will pick a small pig up if it's out there.
My Google search is strong today.
So will a bald eagle eat a loon? God, you're a hunter and a pecker. Why don't you type like a normal human being?
Pay attention.
But most of us have learned over the last few years of having to deal with technology
You're
how to
literally
type.
so critical. I can't. Yes, they will.
Okay, so that makes good sense because these loons would go underwater for an exceptional amount of time to try and stay away from the bald eagle.
Maybe
It was
they
just-
develop those lungs as a primal way of getting away from their predators. I can only assume.
Well, they were still alive this morning. They were in our channel, and I was like, good job surviving, little guy.
Nice. Good story.
At least I don't hunt and peck. That's
Right.
so primitive.